Hi everyone. So we'll see if I can. There you go. You can see them. I'm going to enlarge it in a moment. Is it moving up and down? No, I'm thinking that's one crack. Let me enlarge it. Who's agreeing with me? That is a crack, and there's lights. The individual lights are coming from the one crack. I'm going to keep still. I asked them because there are different crafts about. Literally, I don't know the distances between here and the sky and how many miles up they are, but there are different crafts around in different parts of the sky. And saying that I've got a small window, relatively, just to see a small portion of the sky, obviously. I see loads of them at different points, at different angles, so it can't be. It could be a really big craft, I don't know. Anyway, how's everybody doing? I still won't get any messages, so if anybody's messaged, it's not me that's replied. Doing all that they can to stop me doing this. Creature beasts for obvious reasons. But I'm going to go on anyway, okay? And if you know my YouTube post, I'm going to post everything on there as well. The longer versions than what I post on Facebook. I think the short, sort of like 26-minute longs or 15 seconds long. Anyway, from yesterday, I think I talked about, and this is going to be a constant, about knowing where you're from and calling to your kin or your kin, your clan or your ancestors, and not to let anybody, no matter how empathetic they may seem, no matter how many years they've been in the UFO community, tell you, for instance, that you're Palladium or you're something else. They can't. They just can't. And since I've had contact, literally, I think from the first night, I knew everything that these YouTubers say is, well, most of it's a lie. The biggest lie is the sort of the reptilians and Earth was sort of created. But this is a reptilian planet, and we've just invaded their space. It's not. Okay, the cat's back again. Bless her. Bye bye. What's this? I do that, thinking one day I'm gonna fool her. She knows I've got nothing. She knows I'm minding bed. I've got nothing for her. Anyway, yeah. And do you remember? And so, if you're a Christian or sort of aware of the Christian sort of stories regarding religion, that Jesus died for our sins, that's all to put you to make you feel guilt and put your energy at a lower level, lower consciousness. Okay, just to make you feel guilt, to make you feel bad. Don't believe it. So they use the same tactics basically as religion, or fear. So another fear point it'll use, it'll say something like, "Don't raise your, be careful about raising your vibration. Be careful of raising your light, because you don't want to be spotted. If you do, the government will come with the black helicopters, outside your windows in the sky, just watching you and checking up on you." I'm being targeted, people. Trust me, everything I do is everything. Literally for 6 years, I'm being watched and being monitored. And if you go back up my other channel, you'd actually hear the creature beast at work. Okay, so to be sort of monitored by these helicopters in the air, and I've seen the helicopters, bless them, and I think, fucking, I told you once, Santa, that they've been chased. I think, oh, fucking hell. They're so not. The arrogance of man amazes me. Literally, the arrogance of man absolutely fucking amazes me. Anyway, that's another thing. You raise your vibration, or you raise your frequency by being content or happy. Do some things that make you being content and happy. So these people on YouTube that think call themselves spirit warriors or new agers, or the ascending masters or whatever, anybody that tells you to block or limit your vibrations because you might be seen, um, the lying. Okay, you're going to be seen. The negative energy, after saying to you, you're going to be attracting negative energies that are going to feed off your light. I've heard that quite often. That's a load of bollocks. That is such a load of bollocks. I can't even begin to tell you. It's like, hear me swearing like a bugger. Somebody's going to come on here and say, well, you're swearing. You're saying this and that. You've got low energy. You're like, well, oh, fuck off. Okay. That's a load of, now, I've seen it, and I constantly, because it's Freemasons involved in my targeting, they've used their occult knowledge to try to get into my energy fields. So they've used not just as well as using electrical equipment, they've used sort of their occult knowledge to get into my energy field, and they can't do it. Okay, the entities that attach to the creature beast, um, they actually shy away when I notice them, except for one. I think I wrote it down somewhere where there's an entity on a child. I'll go into that in a minute. They shy away. They just look. They can't. They're not interested in you. Okay. They're not interested in me. It's been said already. I'll speak. Certain people I would tell more to when I say certain things, and that's one of them. When I say that they're not interested in me, and I know that one sort of type of entities that wasn't interested in me, and made it clear that they're not interested in me. Okay. Partly, there's two reasons for that, because of these lights that you see, okay, and partly because it would just be too much aggro for them to sort of come after you because of the protection, not just I have, but we all have. Um, you are not aware, or I, even now, I'm not aware just how much protection that's around you, okay, not just with your aura, and your aura is a very big part of it, but just the amount of higher beings want you to live your life as happy and as carefree as possible. And it's sort of like, I think I said it yesterday about you have more than one spirit guide, or a few spirit guides. Literally, we come from thousands of entities. We share the same energy. Do you think any of them would let anything happen to you? Once, because I've split, what I've said and I will continue to say, that we won't put on earth to suffer. We are not linked to our abusers, so why would they let, if they could stop it, they have the power to stop it, or to step in, or to block it, why would they, if they can't, let it happen, especially now with the energies raising, where they can come in now and make contact with you? Why would they let that happen? And with me, in my case, one of the first things I noticed, again, I'm not going to go into it, but I was surrounded by beings that looked human, that are human, that look like us. And I think so yesterday that I was in an altered state. I wasn't asleep, my energies weren't taken over, but I had a sense and knew that I was protected. There's beings around me, okay? Um, and other times I think I also said that um, they made me draw attention to people. And I knew these people trying to sort of in the triangle formation. That's what I mean about Freemasons and occult knowledge. What they've been fed is nothing compared to what's really out there. Okay, we've been fed such load of shit, and because we've been taught to be scared of occult knowledge, number 13 and the devil and the demon, the Freemasons are run by grey aliens. The Greys are not a nice bunch of entities at all. Their hatred for humanity is strong. They feed off our negativity. The Greys are not being controlled by another group of aliens that's stronger than them. Um, they are the ones that are controlling Earth. And there's other negative influences, but I think for the overall continuous negative energy on Earth, the Greys are responsible. Okay, the Greys made man create the devil entity of an evil because they knew about man and our spiritual nature. Um, we don't have the devil. We don't. As original human beings, the devil was never a concept in our world as negative energies, as positive energies, as original energies to Earth. The devil was never a concept to us because it just wasn't. Okay, they've created that. So Freemasons, even though they use occult knowledge and they call on whether they call it devil or Satan or Lucifer or whoever, because they've created so much energies, these entities do exist. Unfortunately, do exist, but these entities know that we are protected, and there are so many people on Earth anyway that are just willing to sell their souls um, to get extra money, to get new clothes, get their hair done. And this is what this targeting is. So many people um, are in this targeting to feel part of a group and to get new clothes. And if there's drink booths or to make weed, to get some money for weed. They won't have anything extraordinary happen because they've got to live ordinary lives. So there won't be anything um, that will make them stand out or think, aha, they're part of the programme. It'll be subtle. So the clothes they might get, say if they bought clothes from the market previously, they probably buy clothes from Primark. That's the best way I can describe it. Okay, so it'd be nothing out of ordinary. But if they were to buy expensive suits, um, say grand worth of suits just off the peg, now they will have handmade suits, flashier suits, but they'll still be in their price range where someone can say, "Oh yeah, you spent it on that." Yeah, look, you know, that's how it is. That's how these future beast targeting and how they work. Okay, as well as creating the greys, the devil, the blah blah blah, whatever, they've attached that energy to them. Okay, so, and the greys are controlling the negative concept of the sort of demons and Lucifer and conjuring up spirits and etc. 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 The greys control it all. Okay, and the Freemasons and the people involved in this world, the royal families, the presidents, the whatever, they're just puppets. They're literally just puppets, and they are not controlling the world. They do as they're told. And even the names that we've been given, that people that do control the world, like the Rothschilds, they're just puppets. They're just a figurehead. We will never know in this life anyway, exactly who controls the world, who controls Earth, because their names will never be spoken. You don't know how much power or energy a name carries. Your name carries so much power and energy. You're linked with that energy, aren't you? You're linked with your name, so that we never put it out there. So when these conspiracy theorists say, "Oh, it's the Rothschilds," or "It's this and that," and they know they're talking a load of crap. I've not heard of conspiracy theorist speak the truth. I do believe in it. I believe everything. Well, most of the things said because I don't know. I was thinking, well, they've done the research. Said they've done research, and they've done this and they've done that, and everybody's saying kind of the same thing. So they must know. This one here just sort of like looking at it a different angle, or is bringing new information, or a different way to look at it, or adding a new dimension to it. But they are all talking a load of bollocks, literally, because they know that this time will come. Like the Greys, unfortunately, know human nature. They know us better than we know us as humans, and they know that okay, there's something, we're watching the news, and there's something wrong with the world. We feel something wrong, so we go on the internet and we watch something or watch someone say something. Yes, right, that's how I feel, and we'll go down that rabbit hole. So they will put people in place to control how we think and control that rabbit hole, okay, and control our thought processes. And even now, people with the think there's Labour, even with Corbyn, I hate that man, even with Corbyn and May, there was two distinct groups, would say two distinct thought processes, right, in the UK. If I was to tell you that was a load of bollocks and just they're playing out the parts, and there's never been, I don't know how long for, but at least for like 10 years, I would say. But definitely in recent history, there's never ever been a two-party system. They're both playing out their part in this game. Do you really think that um, a person like Trump could be president without it being without somebody or a group of people with entities behind him saying that's okay? Because it was appalling. And in Britain, we've got a prime minister who's known as a pathological liar and is corrupt, and he hasn't got the brains to be a prime minister. Um, if you look before he even was a contender to be prime minister, we never voted him in, did we? Just going to throw that in. Every person you see that has a spokes, that has um, a, a profile in government or in social media or whatever, they are controlled. They've got handlers. So as well as Prime Minister having handlers telling him what to do and what to say, somebody on social media that's supposed to be seeking the truth, and conspiracy theorists also have handlers telling them what to say and how to say it. Okay, I didn't want to go there. Well, where was I? Yeah, the devil. Yeah, blah blah blah. The Freemasons. Yeah. Anyway, the Freemasons. I keep saying this. Um, I know in this lot, the sick fucks that are on my, in this case, know they're being lied to, know that they have entity attachments, know that even the reason why I've got entity attachment, they've been lied to. But they don't care, like I said, they don't seem to care. They only care if it's brought to their attention, okay? But on a positive note, as there is a leaf, they are devils are created because it's created by energy, remember? Um, I was told, and I keep asking, and I don't really like to say the word, but I'm going to say it anyway, because of the religious overtones to it, that there are angels coming onto earth. Oh, I don't know what happened there. Yeah, but there are angels coming on onto earth. There are angels coming onto earth that have been travelling onto earth now from wherever dimension they come from. And the angels, if you like, you can sort of use them as a religious concept. They are good. Um, they're not parasitic beings, parasites. They're not parasites. They're here to help humanity. They're coming onto Earth. Um, they gave me, I sort of thought back to a situation I had, and this was at a local gym in Derby. I think it was Full Force Gym. And this woman come in, and she looked like somebody that I would have, because in my youth, I was sort of like going into groups, women's groups, and things like that. Feminist groups and reading books, and sort of looks like a white woman that would be there. I wouldn't necessarily be friends with her, sort of person to be friends with, but sort of when I was sort of meeting those circles, you know what I mean? And she came in, this woman did, and she's like just chatting to everybody, just came, and she was about 60 odd, short hair. She wore clothes, sort of like not hippie clothes, but sort of trying to conjure up. I'll say hippie clothes, you know. Anyway, she was just chatting to me, and she come up to me, and she was just chatting. And she kept, I think she was trying to fix me up, bless her. She kept saying, well, there's a guy out there, she says, there's three guys out there, there's two in the cap, one was doing, and this is all, she says, he really wants a relationship, he's a really good guy, he really wants a relationship with a really good guy. And just chat for a bit. I'm just chatting about work. She said, "Oh, what do you?" And that's the strange thing. A complete stranger starts chatting to you, and she was chatting to everybody, not just me. Oh, bless him. Didn't look like Angel had no favourites or anything. And anyway, she was just chatting, just just about work and friends. Um, and then she went, she was ongoing, and she says to me, "Oh, you've got to remember my name." And she told me her name, and I fucking forgot it. But I remember it now. It was something like Angel Star or Star Angel. It was something like that. That was her name. And I was thinking, I remember that because it was such an unusual name. And this happened, what, about 20 years ago? And it wasn't until recently um, my family said that was an angel. The person that you were talking to, that woman, just came in, well, and people could see it. It's not like it was just a few people. And like I said, she moved around the gym. Like she kept chatting to a group of guys that were just doing some extras. And don't like she just sat there asking them about the gym. So when she came up to me, I think I was the only woman I was doing something, I don't know what exercise I was doing. Um, she was just chatting away. Um, and my family said that was an angel, the woman that you spoke to. And she kept saying as well, I didn't know till the name, Angel Star or Star Angel, that was the name. And she was like really persistent, remember it. She kept saying, remember my name. And I was like, yeah, of course I will. And she's like, yeah, remember my name. Remember what I said, Angel Star or Star, something like that. See, I forgot. I've had so many strange encounters, folks. Fucking hell. I thought this happened to everybody, little incidents like that in life. Um, anyway, she turns out to be an angel. So there's going to be angels. There are angels on earth now, and I was told that there have to be in a. Or suddenly you might meet somebody in the workplace, and you might think of them. They'll lead someone. I was told there'll be different situations where you can meet them. Okay, I'm getting my words out. I'm excited. So it could be in a workplace. You'll start a job, and there's somebody um, that's just there, and it's just that the energy of the person will help either one person, two people, or the whole group. It could be somebody you're walking down the street, or somebody you just have a little chat to at a bus stop, someone in a local shop. It could be somebody that's moved next door to you. It could be one of your neighbours. It could be anybody. Um, and this woman, because I think in Derby we should talk to people, don't we? I don't know. Anyway, because this woman was just chatting away, I think nothing of her. I didn't think anything of it. I didn't think anything of her until her name. Until she said her name. She kept saying to me, remember it. Remember my name, remember my name. Um, and what I can think back now is there's nothing extraordinary about her. She didn't glow. I didn't see a glow. I didn't see, she didn't have any wings. I don't know how angels supposed to look. But this is what I'm saying. There's the entities, because the energies are changing on Earth, are coming to help the people on Earth, and they're coming to help the planet because their energy is a lot stronger, and it's just like an extra addition on Earth of the changing energies. And I was told that the angels, because that's where they were, but who were they? Who are they? And I was told that the angels are as near to the creators. It's like God, as we would call God, but it's not just one person. It's creators. Okay, so it's like one down from the creators. These are the angels. Okay, or in that dimension, they share the same dimension. And when I speak of dimension, I mean energetic dimension. Yeah, that's I don't know, but they share the same dimension. So they can live, they can function in that higher dimension and that higher energy. Um, and they share the dimension of the creators. So there's one below the creators. We would say God. We would say the creators are God. Okay. Um, the people that I'm looking at now, um, I call my family. They created us. Okay, so we didn't come directly from the creators. This is this old officers. Oh, I don't care. I'm gonna go on. This is we weren't created directly, but we were made in their image. So the creators created my family, and my family created original humans. So it's a 3-step thing. I don't know. Okay. Um, the creators are aware of us because we share the same energy as the creators, but they're more powerful, and they are, I was told, they are living beings. So, like I said earlier about Lucifer's, that they created this energy, it was such a negative connotations, negative energy, and they created a Lucifer or the devil. Our creators um, created the angels, and that as the energy. I told you yesterday, everything's to do with energy. The creators are living beings in another dimension. The greys are living beings. They're not um, holograms. They're not an extension. The greys and the reptilians. What was it say for praying mantis? Different types of reptilians. Some with a black long crocodile nose. Reptilians that are like really chunky and really sort of 9 feet high. Um, they exist. They do exist, and our creators exist. Okay, the God exists. It's not a concept. It's not an energy. They are living beings somewhere. Okay, the angels, like I say, are down to help us. They've come down to earth, and they've come down in as adults. I don't think they will ever be born. I suppose you can do. You would have people that share the energies of the angels being born, but because the world is so fucked up, and because they can see, like I know that the negative being can see who I am. Like I said, I'll go into that in time. It depends who with, who I'm talking with. I can go into that more detail. I prefer to go out face to face actually with someone. I'm moving back to Derby, folks. I don't know when. Hopefully this year, but woohoo. Anyway, I forgot where it was. Yeah, they know who we are, but they won't do anything. Like I say, they're interested in feeding off the creature beast. Okay, so when they anybody tells you to, you know, beware of your vibrations, or when you are sort of like, okay, I want to get in touch now with my clan, and you call out to them and question everything, because I still question them. Um, and my family, when they first approached me, they never told me to address them as. I asked them as well. I said, "If you created me, does that make you're my god?" And said, "No, no, they don't know." But theoretically, as humans, we would think that, but we're not. They don't like to be called that because there is a bigger creator above them who created them. Okay, and even the creators don't call themselves gods. I think the term creator is just it's very apt because that's what they do. Okay, and the reason why sort of the creators it's to do with expansion. So I've told you that the reason why the energy is coming onto Earth so we can get back our DNA and what we were meant to be to psychic to expand into our natural abilities. The reason why the creators created my family and my family created us is to expand. The universe is expanding. That's the whole thing. We never die. Um, we just either learn lessons and expand our energies, just keep growing, or you can go back to it. I don't know. Well, they've told me bits and bobs, um, but we can reincarnate back into another life and sort of help the earth that way, or we can become somebody's spirit guide. But our energies will never die because we're always linked to our creators. Okay, whereas the creature beast and they're just the parasites, the people, the entities that's feeding off them. Like that, the dog has got two demons on her, right? They're feeding off her. That's all. That's all she is to them. The feeding off her. Okay, I think half hour's up now, nearly. And I hope I've not talked too fast. I've got some more space later at the round. Um, I'll say some more. But yes, I'm very wary of saying angels because of the religious connotations to it, but yeah. Woohoo! I'm here for mankind. Okay, it's 1:30. The clock's still ticking. Shall I carry on? What? That yes, family. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Um. Yeah. So my family, when they were first, they told me not to call them gods. And I said, "What? As family?" And said, "Yes." If one, that's how they think of us more. They're very protective over us, not just me. The love they have for us, if you could feel it, and you will feel it soon. Um, I hope um, you'll know it's stronger than any love that you've ever received from another person because you're feeling that energy. That's all it could do, and even that will grow over time as your energy grows. The more you can accumulate their energy, the more your energy will match their energy, and that's how I feel it. And yeah, it's just amazing. They're not egomaniacs, so there's no need to call them general, blah blah blah, or great saviour and great holy ones, or nothing like that. They don't need that ego boost. So that's nothing to beware of anybody in the New Age community who says that my name is General blah blah blah, and they're this New Age person in front of you saying, yes, General blah 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 come to me and he says that's it. You don't have to. You shouldn't have to bow down to anyone. Yes, give them respect and give them the dues, but it's only negative beings like the Freemasons. They've got a hierarchy order of things, and that's just to keep them in the dark and to keep the lower ranking ones craving for something, and it's a trap. Okay, there's another aspect. The reason I call them families out of respect, and because they've done more for me regarding this targeting situation than my family, any family members. In fact, there's two, three family members I feel into remark targeting that are involved actually against me. That sort of couldn't believe it. Yeah, we'll go into that another time as well. But yeah, uh, as about school friends as well. I was going to say that. The same thing, the school friend who I've named, but she doesn't go by that name. I think some shit jazz salty housewife. She's involved in this targeting program, as well as an ex-man. And also if you moved up and down, just to be clear, and because he's a criminal, you wouldn't think. And it's even worse than being a police informer. Once you realise just what this targeting program is, and how fucking such a violation of a person's being they violate the kicks for sexual deviant manner, it's beyond being a police informer. So yeah, if you look, you'll know what, who I'm talking about. And my family members who are involved in this targeting, I think two of them, I know two of them are portals in themselves. So it's not just, listen, I'm saying from they share the same DNA as me, but because of the energies, they chose this, and that's what I keep saying to people. They chose this. Don't feel sorry for them. Fancy, they didn't know obviously who I was linked with until way after the targeting started. But they're fucking kicking themselves now though. And they could have had that protection from higher beings and not be linked to that. But when they die, all they're going to do is be held hostage, if that, to whatever negative being that's attached to their aura or attached to their energy or whatever, and they're just food. Okay, so this is what I mean. You can have DNA, and my family members, because of my link with my grandfather, um, that's my link. He is my link, blood link, DNA link, and because of the my family members, well, one of them, there's no DNA link. I think we're just sort of like second distant cousins or whatever. Um, and what and the other two are close DNA linked to me, very close, and they could have had that protection. They could have had that connection to the my family, the high beings that I'm talking to now, but they've chosen not to. Or for fucking some booze and weed and fucking chicken, fried chicken. I ain't even lie to you. That's how fucking numb now people sell souls. All the people involved, they sell the souls for nothing. Basically, it's not even for trinkets, for nothing. So that's what I say to you, and there's going to be people that obviously were born soulless, and that's just the way they are. The people who chosen um, to live this life and think there's no comeback for them. There's a choice, and even the people that were born soulless, there is a choice. They have laws in the land. It's not to violate somebody's human rights, natural human rights for kicks. It's wrong. You don't need a law to tell you that. It's wrong. But unfortunately, because there's a group of sick fucks together, egging each other on, that's how it is. So even in my own family, and in my own family, I think there's very few of us that will have that link. And I think I don't know about the people who I know. There's people, like I said, there's two in my friends group on Facebook that could have that link, and I think there's more actually. As I'm talking, that something is happening, um, and this is for anybody that. And what I did, I ignored it, like I told you at the beginning, because everything that the New Age people were saying was so. I wasn't, yes, it's part of it, like you feel this and you feel that and you feel tired and you get the buzzing and blah blah blah, you get the ringing in your ears. And the ringing in the ears, they said, right, if you get the ringing in your ears and it's the left side, that's really evil, that's really wrong, and it's blah blah blah. Well, for me, that's the complete opposite. The ringing in my left ear is my family. The ringing in my right ear, all trying to mess, like I say, the creature beast, um, like to mess with your electrical frequency, sort of log on to your electrical frequency. They've got equipment somewhere, I don't know how they've done it, and they've all tried to sort of go into my right side, right ear, um, and the genitals actually, they're so nasty the first time, and the blocks them. This is what I mean about having higher beings working for you and sort of like protecting you without you actually knowing just how much they're doing. Um, I know when I talked to you first started, whatever equipment they were using, they were focusing or trying to focus on my breast and my genitals. That's how sick these fucks are. They really are fucking sick. And I blocked them somehow. I don't know if I blocked them or my family blocked them, but it was blocked. The second time I tried to use um, an electronic equipment actually was when I had the incident with the racist Patrick, where my fist may have made contact with his face. I don't know. I can't remember what happened. Even though there's recording of it. Anyway, she didn't mention he was throwing punches in my face. Some people sort of like go to punch and stop. She didn't mention that, did she, bitch? She's got spiders. Oh, God, go into another day. We won't go into that now. Oh, God. Anyway, yeah. As she was talking to me, as the two pieces were talking to me, and it was in plain clothes, not in uniform, um, there was an electronic wave, that's best I can say, directed at my heart, and I stopped it. I don't know if I stopped it or they stopped it, my family. Will you stop it, family? But it was stopped, and the look on the female's face, the female that's I've seen, that was the third time I've seen her. So that whoever that female PC was, she's involved in targeting, obviously. Um, So that when they're talking to me, saying, "Oh, you know, well, just one question about the incident, and blah blah blah," there was an electronic pulse going to my heart. Um, it was blocked. I felt it start, and the guy, he was the one that was pulsing, and then something happened. They must have sort of known. She must have known that it wasn't working. She looked at him, sort of like inquisitively. She couldn't believe that it didn't work, whatever they were trying to do. And they know all your medical history, and I didn't know until I actually got my medical records that I've got a hole in my heart. And they would look. I don't know if they wanted to kill me and to look at me to be with them, and they'd look at me as I was dying or what. But they're so fucking sick. So that's how I think it was. They wanted it to go down as sick fuckers. So that's the last time. But they constantly use equipment like I say, to disguise the voice. Like I say, go onto my other YouTube channel, you can hear them while I'm sleeping, or just during the day, chatting shit. What else can I say while I'm here? Angels. I was very wary of saying angels because of the Christian term connotations. I'm not knocking Christianity or religion, even though all religion was created by man. Okay, all religion was created by man, and it's not necessarily a true representation of how Earth was made or how my family view how humans should live their life, so they can excel and grow and have a happy experience on Earth. That's not necessarily of any of the religious texts, religious books, or religious. I think it's about 500, isn't there? Different religious cults or sects. Or I know the Church of England was created because of its Henry VIII wanted to divorce his missus. Because you know one of them, fat bloody fucker. So the Catholic Church, whoever created them, and the Bible's been, you know about the Bible and John's, is it John? How do you say his name? Anyway, it was written by man, basically. All religions were sort of created, and it's either them receiving some knowledge from above, having dreams, or something outside themselves, and they've said this is the way it should be. I've got this from my God or my Creator. But that's not necessarily how it should be, or how our family, how the creators intended humans to live on Earth. How else I to say that the angels are down now? And I'm not saying even, because I remember told it last night, and I said, oh, my family says hate, if you hate things, if you hate people, you just give them energy. It's not, you just give them energy. And I was thinking, how much have I told you I hate the creature beast? When I called my family, and it was literally, I killed up in a ball, um, and they were going on about raping the little girl. Um, this is the police officers, this is, and Sylvia going on about raping a little girl, and I sort of like, I thinking, there's nothing, nowhere I can turn to. I can't go to police because it is the police. Where can I go? There's nowhere. When the police are head fucking you, and you've been stalked before that by a convicted rapist. And I prayed, and like I said before, I think I prayed to the energy, this force that I felt previously, and it came in. I don't know why I sorted that down. I think there's a this force, angels. Anyway, force came in, and blocked them. I was told as well, and I've witnessed this so many times. It's not even true that the lights that you can see now are more powerful than any. I'm back on track. Than any demonic, um, demonic. can't say the word people. What's that? Anyway, any parasitic beings, the more powerful. I am more powerful than the creature beasts um, that see that on a day-to-day basis. I know that for a start. Um, I don't like people fucking with me, and I know just how hard, fucked, play the wrong subject of trying to headfuck me on. Wrong fucking subjects completely to headfuck me on. And because I know, and they are de-evolving, just like trying to do with Britain, sort of like take everything back and strip everything away. Um, the entities are de-evolving. Um, so all they can think about now is like the death threats. It's death threats. I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill you. Um, child abuse, slaves. That's the thing with the child abuse. Um, yeah, huh. Because I clocked one of them or three of them being child rapists. So it's not what they do, and with Freemasons, it's not what they do, it's how they package it to the world. That's what what the world knowing, what they're like. Like these creatures don't want me to see or hate it when I see the entities, attachments to them. And it's not because they've got entities that they hate, it's hate that I can see them. I know what they're like, I can see right through them. So what was I to say? So oh, this has gone a long time, hasn't it? What else? Yeah, don't be scared of any. It depends on who you are. You could be a complete cunt and pretend to the world that you're really nice and that you've got to speak in a soft voice and you really care about animals and the earth and you're vegan. The amount of people that I've watched, um, and it's just my personality that I sort of attracted to positive people and positive people that spread that kind of thing. Um, that are fake, that are complete and full of bollocks. Um, so what you get, and like me now talking like this, Cameron, Heather, I've got friends that sort of met through work. I don't know who I'm talking to, so I suppose somebody I went to school with. I've not seen them for 30 years, or you've never met me, but I've got sort of friends that know me. Um, would at different points in my life, I never would say I would never use the word cunt or to speak about call the dog at number 30 a dog. That's not in my range. It wasn't even in my head to call anybody a cunt. Obviously, I deal with the incident with the guy. Uh, but if what you think there's a bad man, most of them do. That's one thing about sex offenders. Most of them do think they're above the law and think that they're cleverer than um, society's goals or the regular society, people in society. They think that their deviancy gives them a higher um, insight, and awareness. They think that we are fools. Not all sex offenders. There's different ranges of sex offenders. And recently, why I'm talking about this because I've worked at rape crisis. I've worked with sex offenders, um, and I know the damage that sex offenders can do and child rapists can do. And the police know that. So David Jameson, Patrick Haley, Dudley Council's housing managers, Pizzazz and Cartwright, um, Dr. Michael Price. There's people that are in this um, targeting business that know that, but they don't care. The parasitic, they like to sort of feed off each other and feed off the weak if they can, and they'll get jobs or put themselves in a position where they are they have a ready supply of what tickles their fancy. Seriously, that nobody's going to think, because of what evidence, nobody's going to think that a police um, inspectors and different chief inspectors the Crown Commissioner will be working with a known sex offender, a convicted rapist, but they are. Anyway, I should have put trigger warning before I get this out. Anything else? Angels. I'm going to come on to Earth. I'm going to keep coming onto Earth. There's some now that are on Earth doing their thing. And like I said, it could be from an area, it could be due to a person, it could be just to just increase the energies on Earth. And there's other species as well involved in this. It's not just my family. And the species that are involved are also created to be on Earth, but also indigenous to Earth. And they're not parasitic in any way. Parasites in any way. And another thing as well, like I say, I'm not saying I'm all good, like I say, I just love the word cunt. I did go vegan, and actually it suited me going vegan. I felt really, literally within days, I went vegan. But now, like I say, I'm eating meat like a good one. And it was to do with, I think I said this before as well, it was to do with Jamaican curry mutton. God, how many times did that? I swear, I don't know what it's about, and I don't, because I kept thinking maybe it's a comfort thing. The reason I was eating it, but it's not, because I never even know. No, it's not the only time I've had curry mutton before cooking it was at my auntie's house, and she's passed now at an auntie's house. And before even I was in Derby, I didn't even eat red meat that much, literally. So I don't know why, but I was thinking maybe it's a craving for sort of like comfort food. But no, no. And Sunday dinners, Jamaican style, and start with roast potatoes. Can't do Yorkshire puddings anymore. Yeah, can't do Yorkshire puddings. I don't know what happens to them. I just can't. It's just a pet peeve. That's nothing spiritual. It's just me. It just pisses me off. Yeah, so you don't have to. There's a great list. That's what these New Age community people think, that you have to do this to increase your vibrations. You have to do that, this and that. You don't have to do anything like that. You've either got it in you or you haven't. You haven't got the capacity to connect with your ancestors, your clan, or whatever, your tribe, or you haven't. Okay, and I think most people on Earth will have an opportunity to connect with their clan. You don't have to be vegan, you don't have to do yoga, you don't have to do meditation, you don't have to do any. I think it's the only thing I would say. I think if you do meditation, it steals your mind. So and I didn't think I was doing it right. I still don't think I'm doing it as correctly as I should. But like I said yesterday, I have the ability to sort of just literally think 0 point and to feel nothing, and to my body not feel anything at all. Anyway, and I think with meditation, I think it stills your mind. It just stills it from the chatter of the world, and that might make you hear them quicker, 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 and hear the noises and the changes in your body, hear the ringing in your ear, left ear, um, and just concentrate your mind to be sort of like, what do you want to ask? What do you want to happen? So that's all I would say in meditation. But it just gives you a space just to stop. Sometimes we just need to stop, don't we? And just sort of like, hey, this is what's happening. Sort of check base with ourselves. So I think that's meditation. That's the only thing I would say. I still drink, but if I've been reading, okay, I have been out to binge drinking with the girls, not for many, 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 many years. Um, and even because I've got to taste the whiskey now, I love whiskey. I still drink, all these restrictions they put on you, and they do it to control you. It's a psyop. I wish. Anyway, yeah, so just carry on. They want you to enjoy life. And my family don't eat flesh because of accident. They don't eat flesh. It didn't stop them coming to me. I eat flesh. I had chicken curry today. Yeah, it didn't stop them. It didn't stop them. And you can disagree with them as well. They said something. I made a flippant comment about a social issue that's going on, and they said something what I didn't expect them to say. And I'm not going to say it, but you can even disagree with them. And I know it's the culture. I know culture is just um, learnt behaviour, learnt pattern based on the culture that you're living in. And I know it's culture, what I feel and what I genuinely believe. And my family saying, no, it's not. That's not correct. That's incorrect. That's not the behaviour we encourage. That's not an original human being's behaviour. And I was like, okay, sure. We'll not talk about it together. Oh, you sure? And I wouldn't, and I'll never say it to anybody. It depends who the people are. I'll never say. But they're still here. They didn't want me to sort of like, you must agree with what we're saying. You must do this and that. You must. They never said anything. Um, and still here. And I disagree with them. I told them that I disagree. But I can see now, because things that's happening. Okay, I can see. Okay, sound like that. Okay, I get you. But I'm not gonna change the way um, my beliefs in it, and I'm not gonna. Yeah, I'm not gonna go any more into that. But I've disagreed on subjects that I feel strongly about, and they're still here. So they're not ego based. They didn't want. You don't have to agree with everything they say. Um, I've sworn they don't like swearing, but I think they used to. I think because it's sort of swear to do with the creature beast, and I know it's just sort of like it's a release valve. So when I call somebody a cunt, I actually do mean it, because I don't call anybody a cunt. It's just normally somebody related to the creature beast, because they are fucking awful. They don't like it, but I think the family are sort of like, okay, it's stressful, we let her off. And sometimes when I'm talking to them, I'll go, can you hear the fuckers? Like now. Um, and God bless them, they'll answer back. But it's like being around your grandma's house, or being around an elder's house, or being around an elder, full stop. You sort of have to watch yourself, you don't. But some situations and some sort of subjects just automatically send me off into a swearing man bitch of a swearing fest. But not all the time actually. So it's been an hour now, isn't it? Anyway, like I say, go onto my channel. I don't know how long Facebook, because I posted some things about the moon, and it didn't post. I think I've got 4 months, 4 consecutive months of things being near the moon or on the moon. And the last one I posted didn't show up on Facebook at all. Um, so go to a channel. It's Joanne's Family, I think it's called. If you want to listen to full sets, full works of what I say to them, and I don't edit them because I can't be asked. Like I've said previously, I really can't be bothered. I know I should. It'd make it more useful to people if you want to know. If I said about 1 minute 57, I speak about I don't know, vegans or something, or at 2 minutes 48, I asked the family about uh, eggs or something. I haven't asked about eggs, yeah. But you know what I mean. If it'd be easier for people to follow. I know it would, but I just can't be asked. I'm like, I'm not doing it. I know me. I ain't gonna do it. I, so you don't have to listen to all uh, half an hour or however long these go on for. Um, I'm not gonna go back. I think something for subjects, a subject as a main focus. If we talk to my family, I'd probably say, okay, like a bit like on this one, I might say something like angels or yeah. Parts I've talked about angels and demons and the greys and the Freemasons being controlled by greys. So might say something like that, but I won't go into everything because I can't be bothered. And I'm not going back to listen to all of the videos I've done. I can't be asked. Anyway, thank you folks, it's been an hour. Thank you very much. I shall see you soon.